Good afternoon, Weber County. Coach Barella here, wide receivers, defensive backs coach at South Ogden Junior High this last and final season of Weber County Junior High football. So I just want to clear some things up because news obviously can't put everything out there that they asked me about or that I mentioned. So first things first, yes, I'm an advocate of keeping junior high football, but I'm also not one that I want to argue with the school district. I do plan to coach football for a very long time, so arguing with the school district is not in my first interest. But I would like to come to a common ground so that we can keep junior high football of some sort. So first things first, or second thing now, I am huge advocate as well of ninth graders playing up at the high school level. My son was going to play at the high school level this last season as a ninth grader, but his eighth grade season, he just had a major injury and he chose to stay down to just further develop what he missed in eighth grade. So it's his decision solely to stay down, or else he would have been at Bonneville High School this last season. Now, what I think junior high football should how it should stay is Little League. Of course, we'll sign up for the Ute Conference. More than likely, it'll end up being that conference. Could be the WFFL as well. But it would be super cool if we could switch the junior high games to Friday still. Just keep it. Almost feel like junior high ball didn't disappear. But it would be the Little League program running it, right? Maybe we could have school practice right after school. Maybe we couldn't. At South Ogden Junior High this last year, we actually had practice at 5:30 because none of us were teachers. We all had jobs and we had to practice later. Kind of unfortunate for the students and some of the parents having to leave and then come back, but we made do with what we could with football. The other things, so it would be nice to see junior high football as seventh and eighth graders, ninth graders playing up. It's been around for decades. Those that don't know, it has been around for a very long time. There are grandparents who have played at South Ogden Junior High, and now great grandkids are playing at South Ogden Junior High, and that goes for the other junior highs in our Weaver School District. So being able to have that's huge. Like I've said, and you guys have heard on the news that the school spirit, I'm very huge on it. Wearing the tie on Fridays, SBO, cheerleaders, the whole school's involved on game day, the whole season, and that goes for all sports all around. And just taking that from the football athletes is really, it feels like they're being picked on. Now we understand that they're not having, they said they had 350 plus last year. They had about 200 this year that played football. A lot of it's marketing, guys. We have to have the word out. You got to get word out. If a brand new company comes on the scene, or even an old company that's been around, and they stop their marketing, you're not going to have the numbers. So I think that's just an excuse. It starts with coaches, staff, district. We all could have done better, because when you called in the office about football these last few summers, there wasn't no itinerary. Like the office didn't even know what was going on with football. They're like, I don't know. You're gonna have to try to contact the coaches. Who's the coach? A lot of movement of coaches within junior high ball. So a lot of it was just the structure of how it was ran. I don't know who's been running it, how it's been ran or before, but it just seems like it's been less priority these last couple years. And I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but obviously shows the decline in numbers. So when there's no word out and we're not knowing what's going on with football, or other parents ain't within the circle and don't know what's going on, your second resort is to go to Little League. I got to get in football. My kid's going to play ball. Let's get this going. Because in February, March, April, by that time, you should already have a schedule on what's going on leading up to the fall season. So I would love to somehow come to a compromise where we can keep those seventh and eighth graders still having the school spirit, doing everything they do, games within the school, you're representing the school, and then boom, everyone's happy. And then you're getting introduced to that school spirit earlier. And I think that's really big for the development going into high school as well. I know that's why I'd love to get the whole state on this. This isn't just solely where I'm just looking at Weber County. I'm actually looking at this as the whole state, because football is growing. Football's getting better. The Ute Conference is huge within the state. No matter what other people think, there's a lot of teams in there. There's different tiers of champions. It's just great how it is, and I think as they grow, they'll adapt and make it better. But I think I think having junior high ball kind of taken out of the Saturday games, we can have those Friday games before the varsity games on Friday. So then the varsity guys maybe could even come see some of them, and then play the junior high play. Then the junior high comes up and they go watch the varsity games, and then that also frees up time for those little guys, the little tykes, second and third graders playing ball. They end up being the late games, those 3 o'clock games, those 2 o'clock games, sometimes even into the 4 o'clock, where it is just blistering hot outside. Parents are tired. They've already had games all day. They just want to get home. And it kind of kills that energy later in the day. Not all the time. I know, when you see your kids playing, you're going to stay hyped. But just it wears you down. So if we could eliminate maybe those junior high games Saturday mornings, the Friday afternoon before the varsity games, that pushes all the slots down a little bit earlier and shortens those Saturday days. And then maybe even the refs and everyone that's just working, it kind of splits it up just a little bit, makes things easier. But it's just a food for thought for everybody. Football is not gone in Weber County. The kids can still go play Little League football, just so there's no misinformation out there. But again, I am Coach Barella, South Ogden Junior High, wide receivers, defensive backs. I also coach quarterbacks. You can follow me on Leverage Point Athletics on Facebook. Wide receivers, defensive backs, corners, going into college prep and high school prep. That's my specialty, air raid throwing. We get very small in the details. So if you guys need any of that coaching, holler at me. Again, Stephen Barella, Coach Barella. Thank you. You guys all have a good one. Thank you.